What's cracking? What's going on, yo? Where is my comments box? Here we are. What's up, fam? You're. Who this? See, Gigi knows. Gigi is through on the YouTube page, so come through on YouTube, Facebook users. We gonna talk about what I'm doing now. K-Walk, you made it. What's cracking, fam? All right, thanks for coming through, K-Walk. I appreciate you. Oh, Mr. Green. Thank you. Israel, come through on YouTube. The link is on my page, or indiad.live/YouTube. indiad.live/YouTube. You're cracking. Wait, hold on. I didn't want to pause that just yet. We still got a little bit. Hey, Evie. What's up? So we're going to talk. So you see I got a little bit of a different setup. I keep trying to flip up. I like the Ecamm hat. This particular hat doesn't look good for my shape. And especially that I have a short haircut. So I like to flip it up. Kind of like how Wesley Snipes puts his hat up in White Man Can't Jump. Because I want to be cool. I try to be cool. But you know, you're what's cracking, fam. I'm streaming from my MacBook Pro today. So, and we're gonna talk about, because you can see, I don't know if you can tell, I know I got a little bit of a different, but once I go full screen, you'll see that the setup is a little bit different. So, who this? Hey, what's up? Another Facebook user. Come through to the YouTube page, because that's where the family's at. I want to see your thumbnail pictures. I want to see your names. I want to communicate with you. indiad.live/YouTube. Also, the link should be in the description, but YouTube, I'm the only India Delgado on YouTube. So, you know how we do. What's going on? Yeah, Gigi. So you was on vacation. Friend said they hated the air horn. That's so funny. Right, you got a question in country. And I don't have a pop filter. We're going to talk about all of the things. All of the things. You think I'm cool, Evie? Don't? You know. I like to think I'm cool. But if you say I'm cool, I'm going to hang with the cool kids. Especially the live streaming cool kids. You know. Yes, Dr. Elo. Again, we're going to talk about that. And I'm going to swivel. I'm gonna be honest, and I'm gonna show you guys the disaster in my studio, because we're a family and we keep things very upfront and transparent. So that's what I'm gonna do. Oh wait, hold on, I'm not coming through. How's this sound? This should sound better, because it said that it was coming through from the MacBook microphone, so I must have sounded crappy, and I just switched to the Lewitt. So let me know how that sounds, if that made a difference. What's up, Scorp Glass? What's cracking? Are you back from vacation? I know I keep saying I gotta send you the pictures. So we have to connect, because I'm definitely finalizing everything in my office and I want to get that up and going. What's cracking, y'all? What's cracking? Countdown. Right, who hates the air horn? Listen, and they better not say they from New York. Because you not from New York. You're K-Walk. You say I'm cool? Thank you, though. I appreciate you. There is sexy Mr. Fine Chocolate. Israel, what's going on? I haven't gotten any text from you about writing. Have you been writing? We're going to talk. We are going to talk. So let's let this come through. Let's see. Does the scene... What's up, man? I don't have my Rodecaster connected, so... Oh, that's the wrong one. Espérate, hold on. What's up? What's up? What's up? All right. So let's get back to some of these comments. Let's see. Devin, what's up, boo? So you're going to hear some plosives. I apologize ahead of time. So I'm not using the Rodecaster Pro because it's on the floor behind me. You'll see that later. You can see the framing is a little bit different. I'm much closer to my back wall. Normally you guys see like a whole wide angle view. And I got this Elgato mic arm. I think I tightened it too much, but I love it. I love it. So yeah, so you guys all said that the Lewitt sounds way better, and that's because I am streaming from my MacBook and didn't realize. So yes, this sounds like it's the Lewitt because you already know what the deal is. Kim, I miss you, boo. How are you? I know I've already told you like in text and I've told you on Instagram, but now I got to shout you out live. Congratulations. And for those of you guys that didn't know, Kim got married. I believe it was last month. I don't think it's 2 months yet. Kim got married last month. So she's been MIA. Now she's slowly getting back in the groove of things. I hope June doesn't show up because I feel like the camera is also uneven, so forgive me for tonight, but we're gonna have fun. And I have a explanation. I don't want to say it's a good explanation, but I do have an explanation. These plosives are coming through bad, so I'm gonna try to sit a little bit further away from it. Yeah, I missed class too. I know that Doc was on the Owen live stream for the benefit for Owen video. So yeah, what's up, Alex? How are you? How are you doing? Clear but low. Is it still low? Let me know what the levels sound like, guys, because I keep lowering it because I don't want to like blow your eardrums out being so close. I don't have my pop filter. I have no idea where my pop filter is. It's somewhere in the mess of my house, of my boxes. So I think I'm just gonna have to suck it up and order a replacement pop filter. They're $30 for this particular microphone. It's a magnetic pop filter because it's fancy. But let's see. All right. Oh, you said on the MacBook I sounded clear but low. All right, that's good to know. So you're back from vacation. I know that you said that you were in an amusement park last week, right? Facebook user says, what's up, everyone? Facebook user, come through to YouTube, IndiaD.live, because I do have a .live/YouTube, the only India Delgado on YouTube, and then I can see your thumbnails and I can see your names and all of that stuff. One was from New York. Gigi, they wasn't really from New York. They was not really from New York then, if they don't like those air horns, because I keep doing the wrong thing. Hold on, let me move this around. So there you are. Yeah, what's cracking? So I'm just going through. Hey, Kristen, what's up? How are you? See, that's because she's coming through my personal page. How are you doing? Wait, what'd you do? Didn't know. Yeah, this is a big, it's from IKEA, but I've had it probably for about like 8 or 10 years. It's a picture of the Brooklyn Bridge. I have 2 of them from IKEA. I have one from the Brooklyn Bridge because I was born and raised in Brooklyn. And then you can hear Tyler upstairs barking. And then I have another one of Times Square with the New York City, the yellow cabs and stuff like that. That one's still in storage. But yeah. So my old setup minus the green screen. Yeah. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. So let's see. So I'm definitely much closer to my back wall here. And believe it or not, the camera is much further, and that's because I swapped out. So I'm streaming from that. What you're seeing here is the Sony A5100. That was actually the first camera that I started streaming from. Normally, so I have a pancake lens. Oh! I do have a pancake lens look at that focus. Listen, anyone who and I know Keith loves to talk about the A5100s. This was my first mirrorless camera. I have taken it through the ringer. I dropped it in London about probably 4 or 5 times. The body's all cracked and stuff, messed up. But look at this focus. Guys, come on. Anyway, so normally I keep this lens on it. It's a pancake lens. It is a 20. Is this one 20 millimeter? I was going to drop it again because I am super clumsy. Yeah, this is a 20 millimeter 2.8 that I normally keep on. It's really great because the A5100 is super small. So combined with a pancake lens, that's great for street photography and for traveling and things like that. But I did want to get a little bit of the blur and the depth effect, so I swapped it out, and I have a handful of lenses. I actually have loved taking pictures even before I got into live streaming and content creation. So what's on the camera now is a 30 millimeter 1.8. I have a 50 millimeter 1.8. I have one of the longer lenses, and whenever Lewis shows up, because Lewis always shows up to the streams, Lewis can tell me whatever the millimeters is, but it's one of the zoom ones, and I loved taking pictures in Paris with that one because I was able to get like really far out pictures. What else? I have the Sigma 16 millimeter, and then of course I have the regular stock lens. But what you're seeing now is a 30 millimeter 1.8, so the camera is further back, but because it's 30 millimeter, it actually zooms in a little bit better, and then it gives me a little bit depth effect. If I was further away, it'd look even blurrier. So that's what I'm using. I got my Lewitt here. I have, and I'll take the camera and we'll walk around, but I have a tabletop Elgato Keylight Air, the small ones, that I'm messing around with. I connected my interface that I'm using. I have a small, it's like a Scarlett, but the brand is called Motu, M-O-T-U. It's an M2, and you can actually power it through USB-C. It's super small. Let me see, can I get this in the frame without messing things up? Yeah, there you go. So this is the interface that I'm using. I actually love the interface. This was my very first interface because you can see the dials are digital. So as I talk into it, you can see, you know, if I talk louder, hello, it'll get louder and stuff like that. You can connect two different, that's on this side. You can connect two XLR inputs, connect headphones. My headphones are over here. You can connect speakers. So this is the headphone volume. This is the speaker volume. And then it's powered through you. So you can see, first of all, super small. So you can put this in a travel bag and be ready to go. And then you can connect, some line input, so you can connect some speakers on this side, and then if you play some instruments, you can even connect two MIDI instruments there, and then this is the USB-C cable. So that's what I'm using. So the Rodecaster, normally, because of all the built-in audio processing, the Rodecaster will handle my plosives better. The Rodecaster will handle the sibilance better when I speak. And then we'll also, because of the noise gate, we'll also, and you can hear my cat because I have guests over. So it's my guest's cat is here. So you can hear the cat probably because this is a condenser microphone and it picks up all the sound. And because I'm not using the Rodecaster and don't have the noise gate on, you're going to hear everything possible. Probably when the MacBook Pro, the fan picks up, you're going to hear that because literally the MacBook Pro is right here. So that's there. So it's super close to the mic. And then I'm in my basement and you know I have central AC. So when the fans kick on, you'll be able to hear that. So that's where we're streaming from. I got all of that. Let me just go back to the comments. What do we got? Yes, Kristen, we do have to get together. So much. Hey, Joel, what's going on? My friend, another cyclist friend. Who have you clipped in yet? You and Israel keep trying to get away from clipping in. Y'all need to clip in because once you clip in, the pedal efficiency, listen, as soon as I get on the bike, put my right foot on the pedal, clicks in, you hear that click, and then my left foot goes in, you click and you go. It is the best thing ever hearing that sound. So I'm going to keep convincing all of you guys who do cycle, if you're not clipless, you need to go clipless. So anyway, let's see. Mic sounds great, or it can be, it's both. Israel, you know this. Israel, you were one of there's a few of you guys that actually started watching me when I would hijack the Ecamm Facebook page and would stream onto there. And I think Israel, you were on my very first stream. There was a handful of you guys that were on my very first stream. So you know that it's my sexy, sultry voice when I get closer and I lower my voice. And the Lewitt just is a great pairing. But you know, what's up? See? Look at Keith. I was just saying, Keith, did you hear? Were you here? I don't know how, when you came in. Yeah. what I am streaming from is the A5100, my very first A5100 that's beat up. Look at that focus. Where's Lemuel? Somebody call Lemuel so he can see that this focus on the A51, the Sony series. This is why Sony series are legit. Anyway, so that's that. What do we got? Yes, see? Thank you. You know it's my soothing voice. Y'all need to act like y'all don't front. There you go. Kevin made it over from YouTube. Let's go here. You're David. How are you? Are you done running around with the boys yet? And it's so funny because I keep looking at myself here because normally I have the teleprompter and I have everything up on the screen, but the camera's up there. So I'm going to try to make as much eye contact with you guys as possible because that's super important for me. I love to make eye contact with you guys and make you guys feel like I'm talking to you one-on-one because that's how I get you hooked. That's the India special. I lean in. I give you my sexy, sultry voice. I give you the cute lean in and smile. And then I make eye contact. You know, those are my secrets. I gave it all away. Anyway. Let's see. Hey, Rabbi, how are you? Thank you for coming through. I appreciate you. I don't think I've seen you here. I haven't seen you on the comments. So you are absolutely new, at least in my mind. So thank you so much for coming through and leaving notes and stuff like that. I don't need to be any closer to it. Well, the problem is because my room is still fairly empty. If I get a little bit further the way I just did, and you guys let me know, I'll get your opinion. If I get a little bit further, I feel like you can hear more of the reverb and the echo in the room. So I'll talk like this for now, and I'll wait for feedback from you guys. You love the dog sound effect? You love Tyler? Tyler's a pain in the butt. And so the way my studio is set up is that it's an open, so my whole house is for the most part, except for the third floor where the bedrooms are, my house is an open floor plan. So you come in, it's the living room, the dining room, the kitchen, it's all one open run. And then the same thing, there's an opening to my staircase to the studio downstairs. I don't have a closed off studio. So Tyler will literally sit at the top of the stairs, and he's older. He turns 12. He turns 12 this September. So he's now like, he's not having it with the stairs. He'll go upstairs. So he'll go up the stairs, but because my basement is down the stairs, he won't go down the stairs. So he will literally sit and lay down at the top of the stairs and just cry and whine. And so, you know, those are the sound effects that you guys will hear. So, hey, Facebook user, come through, come through to YouTube where the party's at. So, all right, I'm just going through. So you've been eyeing a Tamron 28 to 75 lens. Yeah, I keep thinking about, I want another lens, but I'm not going to justify it. So no more green screen. No, Kim, you haven't really been around because you've been running around. No more green screen. I don't need to have a green screen. Next week, I'll be back to normal and you'll see, my setup and stuff like that from the wider angle, but it's all good. I'm setting it up and I'm super happy, loving the space. I have this light. It's a little bright. If I move it a little bit further away, you can see that I have some red lights going on, but anyway. So what are we talking about? Keith says, totally agree. Condenser trick is to set it and equalize it so you can move away from it unless you're recording vocals for a sound or whatever. All right, so we're going to sit at this range for now, and I'm going to talk regular. Like I said, you guys let me know. I raised it a little bit, so this actually should sound much better. I'm super behind on the comments. Watching mobile, can't hear anything really other than you. Right, that's the thing. When you're watching on mobile, you really can't hear anything but the voice. But then you know how our community is. We have guys, that are plugged in with headphones or put it on the big screen, and you guys can hear everything. Anyway, hey Paul, how are you, my good friend? Thank you for coming through and supporting. I appreciate you. Mike Reed, hello, my good sir. Great image, like the background. However, you still need the plosives. You still hear the plosives. You might need a pop. Yes, you came in a little bit later. I cannot find my pop filter. So you are 100% right. Two things. I can't find my pop filter. It's somewhere because I just recently moved. So it's somewhere in one of my boxes. I will be ordering one now, more so as soon as we get off of the stream. I probably should have ordered it earlier today. And also, I normally use my Rodecaster Pro, which will handle a lot better of the audio effects, but I'm not. I'm just using a XLR interface. So that's why you can hear some of that stuff. It is not Facebook user. Who is this? Oh, snap, new setup. It is a temporary setup because that was the premise for this live stream today. I blew up my office again. I swear to God, guys, it's been like 4 times that I have blown up this office. But I think this time, me blowing my office up is going to be the last time, and we're going to talk about why. So, Eric, what's going on, my good sir? At random times. I think it's like 2 o'clock in the morning where you are in Switzerland. Sweden, Switzerland. One of those on the other side of the world. Thank you. Clippins. Paul, do you cycle? Paul, I'm going to talk. So what do you tell me what you do? Do you road cycle? Do you gravel, mountain bike? I want to know all about it because I am hooked. It's all good, brother. It is all good. Niner, que lo que? What's going on, brother? Thank you for coming through. I appreciate you. Talk about the teleprompter. You need a beginner on it. Recommendations. Okay, so first of all, recommendations. The majority of us, a lot of us have the Glide Gear teleprompter, the TMP 100. That's what I use. I love it. You can fit up to a 10.1. Keith, if you haven't seen a lot of like Keith's videos, Keith has done he buys teleprompters and just tries them out in the Ecamm community. So I would definitely check the Ecamm Facebook page, search either teleprompter or search Keith Pelzer. You're probably better off searching Keith's name and then just filtering it through there, because Keith has tested out teleprompters for cell phones, have tested out mobile super small ones, but the one that I use is the Glide Gear TMP 100. I have because of course India likes to complicate things and go all out. I use an iPad as a monitor, and I think you know some of that, Evie. I use an iPad as the actual monitor for the teleprompter, and I use an adapter from a company called AstroPad. The adapter is called Luna Display. Keely and I both use it. Pastor Felicia also uses it. Keith has it, but I don't think he's really gotten around to just finicking with it to make it work. Once you make it work, it's amazing. I decided to go that route because I was able to get a 10.1 iPad for $300. So you get a really good, decent screen. It fits perfectly right in the Glide Gear TMP 100, and then it's also multi-purpose, right? Because now if I want to unplug the iPad, I have a fully functional tablet that I can use for a lot of different other things. So because you can get a Lilliput 10.1 screen for the same, and then they go up to $500 when you get those bigger sizes. So I said, why would I spend $300 on just a screen when I can, so it's all preference, but that's why I decided to go with the iPad just for multi-purpose. And then in my teleprompter itself, I use a Sigma 16 millimeter. It does fit. I use the Sony a6400 with the Sigma 16 millimeter. It does fit. You just have to angle the glass. You have to mess with it. The camera has to be pulled back a little bit further. You're going to have the camera angled back. And of course, we can talk about this one-on-one. Keith and I and Felicia and I were supposed to do videos on this stuff. But you have the camera pulled back a little bit and you angle the glass, and the Sigma 16 will fit without the shadows and it'll get a great picture. So that's my personal setup on a teleprompter. Let's keep going. Why are you dying? Tell me, what am I making laugh? The India special. You guys know. What's cracking? My sister from another mister. Keely white bread sister. What's up, girl? And I got my shirt. You see my shirt? From Press and Sew, Sylvia and Andrew Nixon. That will be on their store eventually. I'm getting around to things little by little, but yes. The sexy sultry voice, is that what you were laughing at, Kristen? I am way behind on comments, super behind. So see, I'm behind because Rabbi David already gave the recommendations. It's a great little teleprompter. It is, and it's a good for the pricing. It's good. Keely is in the house. I called Keely today on a Facebook call. We were just bullshitting and gossiping, and she was not going to pick up because she didn't have her lashes in, and she picked up, and my very first line was, I swear to God, if you didn't pick up, we was fighting. So she knew that I was going to go to Canada and beat her if she didn't pick up. So she picked up. So much love to you, my sister from another mister. I appreciate you. Dogs are special. Tyler's my best friend. And listen, I'm really sensitive, guys. Like, a lot of people wouldn't think that, but I am like a teddy bear on the inside. I can watch a dog movie and cry. Like, okay. So you know how some women, I'm not going to say all, but some women, like, they, see babies in the street and they're like, oh my God, babies. I'm like that with dogs. Like, literally every single dog that you see on the street, I have to stop. So, like, don't take me to a dog neighborhood and we're in a rush, because I will literally do baby talk and want a pet and hug every single dog that I see on the street. And it can be 100 dogs. We are going to stop for 100 times. I am a legit dog lover, and sweet spot in my heart for the puppers. So, yes, get that TMP 100. If you've been looking at it, definitely great recommendation. Mike sounds great. Old trick is to put a pencil on a rubber band right in front of the circle in the middle of the mic. Break the plosives. Yes. Missing. And yes, raising the volume. Excellent. All right. Well, I'm just going to get the pop filter. That'll help dramatically if I can get to speaking, because you're a raving fan, Mike. Aw, thank you. Hold on. Let's get it cracking. I don't have all of my sound effects. That is wrong. Failing with all the sound effects today, but thanks. I appreciate you. You like this picture? Don't get used to it, Ball, because I'm moving this, and next week I'll be back. But thanks. So, do you like the picture? Because I'll say this. I did like how I was feeling the 30 millimeter. So I don't know if it's the 30 millimeter versus the 16 millimeter. It could be that. Or it could just be that maybe because it's tuned in a little bit more. Also, I have the light angled on my right hand side. It's a little bit brighter than normal, where normally my key light is angled on my left hand side. So lots of variations with this picture versus what I've been streaming the last couple of times. So I'm like going live for an hour. What? X Cycle road bike. Hey, I like it, Ball. We are gonna talk. I don't know if are we Facebook friends? If not, please make me a Facebook friend and we can just talk and argue on Strava and all of those good things, because we are all for competing and sharing each other's stuff. And yeah, 2 minutes after, feel like finally finished your studio something. I'm going to star this comment, Rabbi. Because we're going to get back to this comment, because again, that is the premise of what I am going through at this point in time. Just trying to get to the bottom of all you guys, because we are all active today. So I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Keely saying that she misses Evie, but apparently I guess Keely didn't miss any one of us. Okay. All right. Thanks, Keely. Missed you too. Glad you missed Evie. Whatever. Anyway, done the 7-day bike ride, ALC from San Francisco to Los Angeles. So you like bike pack and stuff like that? Oh my God, I want to know more. And maybe Keith, if you're still on, and Israel, if you're still on, maybe we can do a separate stream into the Let's Get Live and just talk about cycling, because there's a handful of us. It's me, Keith, James, Paul, Joel, who else? Israel, James, Riley. I know I'm missing someone else. I know Eve and Chocolate Twist Yoga, Callie rides. Elaine has mentioned that she rides. Ken and Glenn, hello. The founders of Ecamm, Ken and Glenn ride. And Press and Sew, Sylvia, they're in the process of getting us jerseys. Doc rides. Doc, and of course, you guys know Doc. Doc is like, yeah, I got 5 Trek bikes at home. I got one specialized bike. Doc is like, yeah, I got 5 at home. Okay, so Doc actually rides a lot. I would love to take my bike to Hawaii and ride around the mountains in Hawaii. So that might happen. And I think I was telling Evie, I might want to crash at her place and take my bike and ride around San Diego as well. So that's my new thing I got to create a budget for, because I am like, riding is so cathartic for me. Anyway, see, Keith is already talking about all that stuff. Yeah. Let's see. All right. Y'all showing each other love. Lots of outside interferences. Need to intervene, interject them from the game. Get back to business. Uh-oh. Who does Keely have to go kick butts? Who does? Definitely a struggle at first, but worth it, like in the American sets. Yes, I appreciate you. Thank you for using my government. Count on somebody in the group to shout out my whole government. At least Keely spells it right, so I gotta love you for that. Anyway, what else? So, Rabbi David giving more feedback on the Lilliput 10.1 4K camera monitor, 4K HDMI, blah, blah, blah. Yep, that's the one. What's the price on that, Rabbi? Do you know? Is that the 4K one? I feel like the 4K one is like, isn't that one like $500 or is that one still $300? The only thing that I can see is that if you do photography or videography outside, then getting a Lilliput monitor is good because then you can use that as an external monitor for pictures on your camera. You get a small rig and create your own, rig, a cage, create your own rig. When I take pictures, I like taking pictures for myself, and just the flip up screen or the flip out screen is more than enough. So I wouldn't invest in an actual field monitor for that. However, there are some of us in the community that actually do, like I said, videography, or they do photography. So if you do, then having both would be a better investment, I guess, at that point. So, and yeah, Keely, I know, has the same setup. She got the TMP 50 because you have an iPad mini and the Wii Brio webcam, so size matters. First of all, Keely, didn't you upgrade to the ZV-1 and in white, no less? So stop fronting. Stop fronting, girl. Yep. All right. Cool. Let's see. I'm just scrolling through, making it to the bottom. You guys are talking to each other. Let's see. Doggy movies, right? See, I can't get together with some of you guys because we will legit like sit, and I'm a baby. I will cry for real at dog stuff. So, he said, I said it. The 30 millimeter rocks. Don't knock it till you try it. My girl India knows how to freak the lenses. That's it, right? And I thought about even trying the 50 millimeter, but then I would have had to have the camera all the way back because the 50 millimeter would have made it super tight. But I said, you know what? The 30 millimeter I think will give me a happy medium. And I could have done more with the angling and stuff, but this is temporary for now. So y'all already know. Good afternoon. What's going on? Who are you? Come through to YouTube. You know the deal. Or good evening. Yes, good evening. It is evening, right? It's about to be 9 o'clock. Kirk, what is up, my brother? I keep saying it's so funny to you and to Rob Kennedy, RK3. I'm like, I gotta catch up with you guys. See, but what happened was I be blowing up my office and then be starting again. But for real, we are definitely gonna catch up. So whatever. Why you saying, oh my God? What? All right, anyway. In my mind, I ride. That's so funny. I told David, so like David and I compete. Keith, I haven't, so I'm going to be honest, and I'm going to say this publicly. I'm not competing with Keith Pelzer on the Apple Watch. That's what I'm talking about in terms of a competition. I will not, because Keith literally will ride every day, and this guy rides first of all, an aspiration, so maybe I should compete. My fork is cracked. I got some options. Keith, we still gotta catch up. But Keith rides. First of all, Keith lives by car, Keith? Don't you live like a half an hour away where you live to where I'm at in Philadelphia? I think it's like a half an hour, 40 minutes away. Keith rode his bike from his house on the bike trail all the way to my neighborhood, my neck of the woods. And it was like a 3-hour bike ride, I think he did, or a 4-hour. It was crazy with the miles. I said, I just started really riding. I got my bike in May, and I've really been training, let's say, a month ago. I'm gonna catch up with Keith, but not just yet, because he's talking about all these hills and stuff. No. Yes, I'm not hating. I'm just jealous. I get very jealous and I get very territorial. So Keely's on in my stream talking about she misses you. She ain't say she misses me. Even on when she messaged me earlier and I called her, she didn't say she missed me. She yelled at me is what she did. Coño. Anyway. Doc was a cyclist in his old day, right? In his old day, not no more with his replaced knee. He ain't a cyclist no more. Let me see if I gotta ask him the measurements of those 5 Trek bikes that he got. See if any one of the frames will fit me, and then just start taking them. It's like, you don't got no use for those. That'll give me a reason to fly up to Hawaii, ride the bike down there, and then bring it back. That's a good idea. I should that. You ride your Peloton. I thought about getting a Peloton before I invested in a road bike. But now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to buy a Wahoo trainer. And then I'm going to sign up with Zwift and all of that stuff. And then in the winter, I'll ride my bike when the weather is, is worse outside, ride on here and not invest in a Peloton, because with as much as I invested in my bike, it'll be the same thing between the Wahoo trainer and my bike. So that's what I'm going to do. Add it to the list of what I have. Do you clip in? The question though, Gigi, is because you can clip in to your Peloton. So have you clipped in? And if you have not clipped in, anyone who rides, whether it's indoors or not, outdoors, you should clip in, because, and Keith again did a sneaker preach, and he combined it both with why you should clip. And this was the first few times I rode because I had fallen. But when you're clipped in, you are connected and your body and your feet become one with the pedals. So you increase your efficiency, because as your one foot is pushing down, the other foot is pulling up on the pedal. So you're constantly keeping your wheels in motion. One, that makes you go faster. Two, that gives you longer endurance, and then you can go for longer because of the endurance. So it's a much better ride. Because if you're not clipped in, think of it this way. When you're not clipped in, your shoes are just on the pedal and you're just pushing down, and the wheels itself, the crank itself, is coming back on its own from you pushing down. As opposed to when you're clipped in, if you push down with your right foot, your left foot is bringing it up, and vice versa. So your legs are constantly keeping it in motion. Clip in if you haven't clipped in. But anyway, let me get back to all of this. Yo, what's up? Anthony Corn's coming through, brother. How's the baby? Love your family. So beautiful. I love you guys. Thank you for coming through. I appreciate that. Doc rode a bike when the wheels were made out of stone. Y'all need to stop. Oh my God, the shade. Is somebody called Doc? I mean, I'm laughing. It's hilarious, but you guys are going to get me in trouble with Doc because all of you guys are throwing shade to him on my stream. That was good, Paul. I like it. I like it a lot. Yes, Evie's in San Diego. Yes, she's in, wait, hold on. I chose the wrong one. Yes, she is in San Diego. Where are you? Because I see the excitement. Oh, wait a whole minute. Facebook comments are a no-show, so I'm forced to YouTube. Yes, you are. So hopefully you came through to YouTube. Make it happen. You know what it is. All right. So Evie replied to that. Road cycle. Mike, you road cycle with a quota bike. I feel like I might have seen those bikes. Former couch potato. Now reformed. It is not recorded. If it's not recorded in Strava, it's never happened. I hear that. Listen, so what I do, Mike, I just bought the Hammerhead GPS, bike GPS. I bought the heart rate monitor, connected the heart rate monitor, have a cadence sensor, a speed sensor. They're all connected directly to my GPS. And what I really like, and I know Joel, you asked about this, what I really like about the Hammerhead is that you can get I'm so sorry about the plosives, guys. You can get a SIM card, put it in your GPS, and then so like I have T-Mobile. So with T-Mobile, and you can actually even do it with a prepaid plan. T-Mobile has a $5 a month data plan for 500 megabytes, which for the GPS, that's more than enough. And so it's constantly uploading. It also has a live beacon mode for tracking. So you can send, and it's not limited. So in Strava, it's 3 contacts. So here's the difference. Check this out with like just Strava or even Ride with GPS for beacon mode versus Hammerhead GPS, the actual unit. We're going off of tech stuff, but I know you guys like to just nerd out in general. So with the Hammerhead GPS, they give you a dedicated riding hyperlink. And so I gave the link to my best friend, and to my mom. And so they saved it. And so I let them know that when I'm going out for a ride, and once I go out for a ride, because I have the SIM card in my GPS, it automatically just uploads my location to the cloud, where with Strava, you're limited to 3. You also have to manually send it in one by one. And then also with Ride with GPS, the app, you have to manually text the link for people to track. So if you forget, you're kind of SOL. where when you start to ride, you just send the link with the Hammerhead GPS, and it does it all on its own. And then, like I said, why am I getting text messages? And I feel like it's one of you guys from the community. Let me see these text messages. Israel, but I'm not even gonna put on, I like the shoes. I like it a lot. Yes, make it happen. I think that was Israel. It was one of you guys, but somebody was showing me your shoes. Anyway, y'all are funny, distracting me on my stream. So let me get back to it. But I feel the same way, and writing is so cathartic. Like, what you mean the ZV wasn't ready for you, Keely? I'm super behind. I am pulling a Diana today in the comments. Super, super, super behind. She said, "Who are you? What? Wait, what happened, girl?" It's called another emotional release. Just let those tears out. Yes, I know. As we get older, right? David talks about that all the time. Kirk, I'm definitely going to hit you up because I did get the email, the follow-up email to collab. So there you are. See? The Bishop. That's who it is. So I had to jump on YouTube to say, hey, the Bishop was another one from my very first stream on November. I feel like it was November 6th. It was the Bishop who was on my very first stream and antagonizing me to stay on and do like a 3-hour live stream. It was Lemuel, Doc jumped on, Israel was on, Fulgens was on. There was a handful of you guys on that very first stream. Shannon Austin was on, Felicia was on. We had a really good time. Definitely for the history books for me. One of my most memorable, very grateful that it was my very first live stream in the community. Anyway, there you go. Pastor Vaughn, what's cracking? You absolutely did that right. Hopefully you used the voice and did the and if you did do it like that, then you good. You cracking. Yes. 40 minutes the other day. You were 15 minutes away from me. I know, but that's because I was with the crew. That was the day I crashed. I was probably better off just because I crashed on the way back. Probably better off hitting you up when I stopped at the park there and meeting you, because maybe I wouldn't have crashed and cracked my fork. Darn it. How did you? So let me tell you, because a lot of you guys were with me last week. So for those of you guys that were with me last week, I was talking about that I met 2 biking groups. I coordinated with 2 new biking groups here in Philly. One of them introduced me or, told me to come to a ride on Sunday morning. We met at 5:30. I woke up at 4:05 because I absolutely have to have my coffee, and I have to, it takes me a while. So I woke up at 4:05, drunk my coffee, put my bike gear on, did all of that stuff, met them at 5:30. Some challenging hills, not a lot, but this is why I said I don't want to ride with Keith, because when I started telling him where we went, Keith's first reaction was, that wasn't a hill, Ma. I'm gonna show you hills. No, Keith, that's the thing. I don't want to go on hills. Not that I don't, and I know I need to, but I'm not trying to die. Chill, be easy. I'm new to this. I did 36 miles. We split it. So we stopped in a halfway point, which is where Keith is talking about. I was 15 minutes away from his house. We stopped at a halfway point at 16 miles. They went to go do some really challenging hills. I actually do have a bad left knee. When I was younger in high school, I was hit by a car riding a bike. I ended up in nothing crazy, but it was bad enough where they had my left knee. So you know how it is. The rain gets bad, or if I do too much exertion, my knee will start to give me pains. And so because my knee did start to just twinge a little bit. So I decided to not, because we were 16 miles in, we still had to come back home. So I said, listen, I'm not going to do those 2 hills, which they said were very steep. A handful of people said that in the group. There was about 10 of us, said that it was really steep. I said, I'm not going to do it because I want to make sure I can actually continue to enjoy the ride and ride back home. So they did the hill. They left me and one of my other friends in the park for about 20 minutes, which was good because it gave me time to recoup and re-energize. They came back, they picked us up. So we're doing now the trek back home, 16 miles. And because I rested for 20 minutes, I had some snacks, right? I replenished on the fuel and some water and stuff like that. I'm now, so for 9 miles straight, 5 miles in, we're going, and I'm at the top. I'm in the first 3, probably pacing at 19 miles an hour, cruising. I'm feeling it. I'm good. It was nice flat terrain, so we're going good. It's 19, 20 miles an hour. We take a turn, and so the turn, it was a left turn, And for those of you guys that don't cycle, you know, when you're driving a car, right? Like, so if you're turning left, your body is to the left-hand side. When you're cycling, and even on a motorcycle, the turn that you're taking, the body that's closer to the ground, your knee should be lifted up in the 12 o'clock position instead of locked out to the 6 o'clock position. Rookie mistake. So I was taking a left turn. My left knee was outstretched to the 6 o'clock position instead of picking my knee up so that my knee was facing the air. My pedal locked with the ground, sent me flying off the bike. When I tell you sent me flying off the bike, I have black and blues on my left leg, my right leg, my right thigh. My left shin got cut up a little bit. Thank God I had gloves on, so my hands were totally fine. Both of my water bottles fell out the cage. So from the impact and knocked the water bottles out, and I was down for the count. Made it back. Now, mind you, because I had my energy, made it back. I ended up, and I guess maybe I was frustrated or whatever. It was me and the group lead for like the rest of the ride all the way home. I go to 2 days later, that was on Sunday. 2 days later, I decide, because I really enjoyed it, minus the crash, I enjoyed doing the 35 miles. I enjoyed really going at like 19 miles an hour. I was great. I decided to go tubeless because I've heard that the ride will be better, and Keith has given me differing opinions, but I've said, you know what, I want to try to go tubeless, better ride. And it says, you know, that you can go a little bit faster. Take the bike to the local Trek store. She convinces me. She puts the bike on the stand. She switches out my back tire first to tubeless, starts taking my front tire out, starts popping and is standing by the front. So starts redoing, you know, my front tire. She's like, you know, your front fork is cracked, and my bike is carbon fiber. So carbon fiber bikes are expensive. And I'm like, no. So $250 to upgrade from regular tires, clinchers, to tubeless tires. And then because it's structurally unsafe to ride with the crack in my fork, another $400-ish for a replacement fork. Keith says he has one. I actually found one on eBay used that should fit my bike. But either way, even if it's still money, right? Yeah, so the ride was great, but I am down for the count because I did ride the bike once after that, but I was just like, I can't, because what happens is with carbon fiber, once the material has been compromised, the structure has been compromised, it can literally buckle underneath itself. Physically, for, you know, you don't want to be on the bike and the fork collapse under you, because then you're really going to be hurt. And then too, if your fork collapses under you, you can risk a lot of other components. So that's how my ride went. So yeah, anyway. So hopefully, let me see, I ordered it on Tuesday. I should have something new somewhere from someone soon. Let's see. So let's go. Get over it. I'm mad. Wait. LGL could care less about the other one streaming. Why? Y'all, okay. I'm going to just go back. You clip in? Yes, Mike. Yes. All right. Yes, you clip in, but never out. So what do you do, Evie? What? What do you mean you clip in, but never out? How do you get off the bike? Wait, what? You clip in, have custom clip-in sneakers. Ooh, I like it. All right. You'll text. Oh, that was Gigi texting me. I got to save you guys' numbers. Diana Wilkers is out for acting out. And you're right, exactly. Diana Wilkers is out for acting up in her chat. Y'all don't care for me. But anyway, not using the Peloton shoes. Evie, you have to use the Peloton shoes. Please clip in. Use or whatever, some sort of clip in shoes. So what's going on? Hello, who is this Facebook user? It's been a minute. It has been a minute. Come over to YouTube so I can know who you are and we can chill, because you see the party's over here. Nobody cares about Aunt. Is all about the baby. Stop it. Keith, why are you in my stream starting problems? You better stop. What's wrong with you? I'm now getting through to these, and Keith is trying to, yes, come over into YouTube so I can see who you are. I'm mad you playing people in these streets, Keith. Behave, coño. What's going on? Rich people. Oh, wait. Rich people ride quotas. I'm assuming it's quotas. Keith, why are you starting problems in these streams? I'm telling you, Doc said he can't hold your. Wait, what? What's happening? Marie, what's going on, Marie? How are you, my good friend? Good to see your face. Hey, Laura, how are you? How's things? Let me see. Who is this? As soon as I show up, she starts talking about nerds. Should I be feeling some kind of way right now? Who is this? Come through. You might want to feel some kind of way, but we're all nerds. Everyone in this chat is a nerd and has a specialty or two or three, and that's what makes them a nerd. So that's a good thing. When we talk about being nerds here, we all good. Anyway, Wahoo and Garmin and Karoo all do the beacon thing. Garmin will alert you if you crash. Yeah, I just like that you can put the SIM card in, because then I don't have to be connected, and then I don't have to use like battery from my phone. First world problems, Keith. It's me like trying to simplify and just being extra, because that's what India does. Haven't you noticed this already? I am extra. Hello. Anyway, it was me texting my clip-in shoes. Those shoes were cute, Gigi. I like the colors. Yes, thank you. I know I'm super behind. I'm trying to catch up. That must have been a November to remember. You're so corny, David. Like, I don't have a, you're lucky I don't have a sound effect. Like, I love you. And you know what it is? You absolutely know you're corny. So, all right. I'm just trying to read all of this. Yes, I'm trying to get it. So listen, on a positive note, and I'm like challenging. So David and I do our activity challenges on the Apple Watch all the time. For those of you guys, if you want to be challenged, then you can find me. It's idelgado782 at Yahoo. That's my Apple ID. So you can challenge me on the Apple Watch and we can do a good competition. David and I have competed, I think, the last 3 weeks. The Apple Watch is a great trash talker when you compete. David and I are constantly laughing. I just challenged Chris Woods. It was so weird because, you know, Chris is in the UK. He's like 5 or 6 hours ahead of us. So it's like when one day I looked at it and it showed literally that he started a new day. It was like weird with the timing the way it was, but that's because he's on the other side of the pond, eh? You're exhausted listening to my description of the ride. Yes, it was exhausting, but it was good. It's so cathartic. I love it. There, Anselm. There you go. Oh, that's why Anselm, see, don't be sleeping on Anselm. He said camera's looking clean and crisp. Also like, almost like a Canon. No, Anselm. No, it is not almost like a Canon. It is just like a Sony A5100 with that crazy autofocus. Look at that. Boom. Boom. That's what that is, okay? Don't be trying to, Sony all day, day. You heard? All right, let's get it. And let me get the right sound effects. Thanks for coming through, Anselm. I appreciate you. Let's see. Real talk. They took their trust up a few crazy hills. Up. Yes, they did. I mean, they weren't easy hills. They were not easy hills. I mean, but little by little, paso a paso, the way us Spanish people say, little by little, paso a paso, you know, I'll get to it. Yeah, it was definitely an ouch. I mean, and then afterwards, in all honesty, like I was upset that I spent the $250 to upgrade to tubeless, because had I known that the fork was cracked, right, I wouldn't have upgraded to tubeless. I didn't need to. That was more of a want as opposed to a need. But then I looked at it and I said, from this perspective of, had I not actually taken the bike inside, because I didn't have the bike in when I started talking to her about the tubes. I still had it in the trunk of my car. So had I not had that conversation and had I not agreed to upgrade to go tubeless, I would have never known that my fork was cracked, and it could have been much worse, right? Like I could have been going at 20 miles an hour on a trail by myself and the fork collapsed under me. And then I probably would have ended up, you know, in the hospital or something like that. So I said, you know what? Yep, it's about $600 later, but at least I know that I'm safe. And then the good thing is that when I do, I'm so excited, because when I do upgrade, when I do replace the fork, the ride is absolutely, Keith, I loved it. The ride was, so I went from 23 C tires to 25. So I went with, I got a little bit more meat. So that'll help me with the ride as well. I liked it. I don't know. I'm sold. But anyway, great commercial for Netflix and chill instead of cycling. Yes. Well, you know. Cycling does get expensive, man. Why do I have to like have these hobbies, right? Because you guys know we talk about gas and gear acquisition syndrome here in the community, in the content creation and live streaming community. Because look at all of us, like all of us are now doing unboxing videos, because I did get the Elgato LP mic arm. I do have that. I gotta loosen the tension. I tightened it a little bit. I think I tightened it too much, so I gotta loosen it just a little bit. I got that. I have an ultra wide and things like that, but and they're equally as expensive. And I'm trying to think. Listen, cycling shoes are like $250. So my bike used, let's put it this way. Let's put it into, and it's like a camera. Let's put it into a little bit of perspective. I have a 2018. So it's what, 19, 20, 21, 3 years old. I have a Specialized Amira SL4. It's a 2018. I brought it used from a big website. They certify pre-owned name brand bikes it's called the Pros Closet. So I bought my bike used 2018 for right under $1,300. It was like $1,250 used. The bike, the tires to upgrade to tubeless was $250. I got my shoes on sale for like $75, but I want a pair of Rafa lace-up shoes. Those are $250. My helmet was $150. First of all, the bike shorts alone, the bibs, the cheaper kind, the Bonch Ranger cheaper kind from Trek was $90. I just bought a pair of Mavic that was on sale for 25% off from the Pros Closet. On sale, the Mavic bike shorts that I got were $185. And I haven't even gotten into the jerseys, the shirts. I'm still wearing, I have one jersey. I'm still wearing my CrossFit shirts, because then the jerseys are $150, $100, $200. The gloves, water bottles, cages, bags, guys, cycling is addicting and super, super expensive. Anyway, thank you, Anselm. You switched your account again, but I know who you are. Mic is sounding very nice and crisp on your speakers, no less. That's good. Good to know. I'm trying to keep my distance a little bit far away because I don't have the pop filter. So I'm trying not to bother you guys' ears, for those of you guys that do have headphones on, with my plosives, because as a Puerto Rican, I know I have lots of sibilances with the S's, because you know how we talk with the spicy Latina, and I get a lot of S's in the way I talk. So I'm trying to not get you guys with that. But let me see. Ask Evie. I have the Nike Super Reps, and my law partner just purchased a pair of no-name shoes off of Amazon. Is that shade, Gigi? I don't know. I don't know if that's shade or not. Hey, Deborah. I don't know if you're still watching, but thank you for coming through. I love Deborah. Deborah is a dear friend of mine. I'll call her now, but Deborah is a super businesswoman. She owns a title company here in New Jersey, so we do work together. Their customer service is impeccable, and it's a women-owned business. Deborah started her title company. We just celebrated 25 years, right? Your 25-year anniversary, I think 2 years ago. And now she's passing the business along to her daughter. And I believe it's all women, and it's, oh, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. And their customer service, like I said, I hand off almost every single refinance to Capital Title Agency, and every single customer always immediately texts me after the fact and tells me how amazing Capital Title was. So that was a plug, and that's because you guys are owner. Great people. So Marie, proud nerd, right? Exactly. We all nerds. The nerd comment was you. You know you like being a nerd. Stop it, Anselm. You know you like being a nerd. You got the Venzo. I don't know what that is. I'm gonna have to look all of this stuff. You're a part of the nerd crew. I love y'all. Laura, why? Yes, I am extra. 1,000% extra. Y'all know me. We are all friends in this group, and I am extra. Used to pop screen and having the mic close. Yeah, that's exactly what it is, because I have the pop filter normally. And so I am used to having my mic technique, having a little bit closer. So I feel awkward coming back a little bit. And I know that I can come back a little bit. So I'm trying. But then I naturally, muscle memory naturally just has me leaning back in. So I'm working it. I'm working it here. All right. Won't be challenging anyone for anything physical but unfortunately today is the first they've been able to look at a screen in a week. Delta, oh no. Well, glad you're okay, Marie. So you can look at the screen. I feel honored that you came through to hang out with us. So hopefully we can end your evening, because I know it's still fairly early out. Feel a little bit better. Noel, que lo que, cariño, mi amor. I was talking about photographers. So I was talking actually because India loves to go off on tangents. But now that you're here, I was talking about Lilliput monitors, field monitors, photographers, videographers, and why I use my teleprompter with an iPad as a monitor as opposed to a field monitor. And then I said, unless you are a photographer or a videographer who would have the need for a field monitor. For those of you guys that don't know, Noel is in our Ecamm community, and he is in Puerto Rico and is an amazing photographer. I love seeing Noel's work. So thank you for coming through. Right, Mike? Sony all day. Why Anselm trying to come in here? See, but this is what they did to me, Mike, on my first. Anselm was another one. So it was Anselm. It was the bishop from Brownsville, Brooklyn. It was Lemuel. It was Israel. They was all, and they did get me. I think I did a 3-hour live stream last year. They were all trying to get me and antagonize me. So, we need to stick together. Who is this? Hello, Facebook. Hello. How are you? Your safety is worth every penny. And you're 100% right. So, it hurt my pocket that, like I said, to order a new fork and stuff like that. But it was God forcing me in the store to do that, because it would have probably been a lot worse. So gotta run. Bye, Evie. I don't know if you're here still or if you're gone, but yes, I will see you on the 21st, and I'll shoot you an email to get what we need so we can review that. But I'll talk to you. Anyway, Laura, this has been in my background, and I keep saying, I think I'm down to the bottom. Let me scroll down to the bottom. I am almost down to the bottom of the comments. So this has been in my room in the frame for the last couple of times that I've streamed. I just changed the angle and I'll show you guys. It's just a lot. I'm physically closer. I'm touching the poster now. I'm physically closer because the disaster math, let me see, is from my bike trip, Math with India. Yeah, and I ran numbers with Laura because I did. And by the way, guys, just a personal plug, and I'm trying not to listen, we all do business. We're all business professionals. So I said it last week, and some of you guys reached out to me last week. I'm going to say it again, and not just because my mind is going. I do mortgages by they. I think the majority of you guys know that. And what I said last week was, if you guys have not had a bank or a loan officer, if you're a homeowner, and if you have not had a bank or a loan officer look at your mortgage and review what the rates are for you since 2020 rather, from 2020 to now, please have someone look at it. With the new bank that I work for, I can actually lend, if it's your primary, I can lend in almost every single state with the exception of Texas for whatever reason. So 2 of the community members, Laura was one of them, reached out to me and I went over numbers. One of the community members, Melida, I was able to, and I just have to get her some more numbers on the closing costs and stuff like that, but I'm able to save her a good amount of money. And then here's the thing, and this is why I say, even if you end up not going with me, that's okay. We're all a community. We're going to support each other. But like with Laura, we went over numbers, and check this out, because a lot of people don't look at it this way. Laura, I think the interest rate, we can definitely save money on the interest rate. I think I quoted her maybe 1% less from where she's at now. But because Laura doesn't have a lot of the loan left to go, when you have a smaller number on a loan, even with a higher interest rate, when you refinance, it may not be worthwhile. So because you have to take into account the closing costs and things like that, because there are fees that are associated with it. So I actually recommended to Laura, I said, unless you want to do some other things, and I did talk about different options with her. I told her, I said, there's not going to be a break-even point with the cost and how much she was going to be saving monthly. So we're talking numbers, and I kind of ran through a lot of that situation for her. So during the day, if you guys, like my banker job, if you want me to look at some numbers, see where you're at with your mortgage. And like I said, if you did not touch your mortgage at all in the year of 2020 up until now, please, please, please either reach out to me, reach out to your current bank, or to any mortgage broker if you have a connection or whatever, and talk to someone, because I guarantee you're going to save at least 1%, if not more, especially on refinances. Because for those of you guys that do know the industry a little bit, more nerd talk, for those of you guys that do know the industry a little bit, what the government did in the mortgage world for refinances during 2020, they added a fee to the banks. It's called the GSE refinance fee, which then increased the rates about 1/4% or 3/8%, anywhere from 1/8 to 3/8%, adding in that GSE refinance fee. They finally dropped that GSE refinance fee about 3 weeks ago. So now the rates on refinances are back to being super, super low about for the bank. But that is my due diligence as a banker and your friend in the community. Reach out to me or to someone else if you have not. So just going back to these comments. Yes, I'm bougie. You know this. Come on, guys. You know. For those of you guys that know me, I am absolutely bougie. Cycling has an expensive limit. The tech does not. Once you get cycling sexy, you can chill. Tech sexy is like celebs with Botox. You keep getting facelifts. That's kind of true. I mean, the only thing I can say to that. All right. So I guess once you do get set with cycling, you're good to go. Unless you want to change up your clothes and stuff like that. And then in retrospect, Keith, again, here's another one. Here's another one that's talking in the comments, right? Like how I mentioned Doc. Oh, I got 5 treks. So Keith is trying to help me source, right? He showed me a fork that he has, starts sending me videos of, the fork of his garage. Keith has like 6 bikes. He has a fixie. He has like 6 bikes. He has a frame on the wall. He got an extra fork laying around. Keith, what are you doing? I have 1 bike. I'm out of commission. And so I know, like, because I did say it, I said, you know what? And I have a road bike, so I do want to get a gravel bike so I can go on different types of trails. Then the bikes are like $2,500, brand new. A good bike from like Trek or Specialized, a gravel bike, $2,500, $3,000. This dude has like 6 bikes in his garage. Talking about, oh, tech has an expensive limit. Yeah, okay, brother. I love you. Whatever. Straight shade, but also no excuse for Evie not to clip in. Well, I'm just saying. You need a title company. Love that it's woman owned. Who is this Facebook user? Let me know. Capital Title they only do lending in New Jersey. But when I need to do, not lending, but they do title work in New Jersey. And when I do need title companies in other states, they do have affiliates throughout. And the affiliates that they've given me in the other states, in both New York and in Pennsylvania, I've absolutely loved and made them my contacts. So just connect with me. Send me a message and then we'll go from there. Evie, still leaving comments talking about I am clipping in. I just don't clip out. I get out of my shoes. What? Evie says, hold on, let me fix this. She says, Evie, why? Evie. So this is what you meant by saying you clip in, you don't clip out. She leaves her shoes clipped in on the bike, and I think they're Velcro. So undoes the Velcro and takes her feet. That is, Evie, please send me a video the next time you do that, because that is hilarious. Funny. Thank you so much for sharing. Took me months to learn how to clip out. Interesting. So, and I don't want to keep talking about cycling stuff, but yeah, I will talk to you guys one-off about clipping in and clipping out. You did lots of 3-hour live streams. I did do lots of 3-hour live streams, Anselm. But my very first live stream was a 3-hour live stream because you and the bishop were antagonizing me and telling me, no, stay on. 5 more minutes. And I kept staying on every 5 minutes. And then 3 hours later, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to go. I have to pack for a trip. Do you guys remember that? Yeah. Let me see. Can I frame this a little bit better? Probably should have done that a long time ago. So I'm more in the middle of the frame. Hey guys, I'm in the middle now. Better framing. Anyway, India, unlike Loria, does live math. Listen, guys, Loria and I are friends. I hope that that's not shade because I love me some Loria. So let me know. But I know that you are a live streaming pro fan. So that might be some funny stuff, Laura. Let me know. Y'all are funny. Good to know. Washington approved for a first, not a refi. Let me know. Marie, I'm not sure. I feel like probably stated because self-employed. probably. And the same thing. So that's what Evie and I are going to do on the 20th. I'm going to just look at her tax returns. I'm going to look at the income, and we're going to actually do some income calculations. We're going to go over debt to income ratio, and I'm going to tell her what her affordability Evie actually wants to buy. So I'm going to help her get lined up and tell her what, the tax returns, the bottom line number should look like, and what her debt should look like, depending on what that affordability number is, debt to income ratio. So if you want to do a one-on-one session, message me. You can also indiad.live/meet. That's my calendar. indiad.live/meet. You can book some time with yourself, and then I can do some numbers with you as well. Anyway, real estate is absolute insanity. Listen, it's good and bad. It is good and bad. I have no complaints because it feeds me. It keeps me fed. Right up there with taxes and education. Yes. Refi your house 18 months ago, saved 1.25, already broke even on the closing costs since it was a VA refi. See, yeah, exactly. Let me see. 18 months ago. Look again. Just have them look again, especially because you can probably do again, and you can do a streamline. So unfortunately, I don't have VA loans. That's the one loan I don't do. I also do renovation loans, guys. For purchases, investment properties, things like that. But 18 months ago, I feel like it might be worthwhile having them look at your loan again, because you might be able to save even more. It sounds crazy, but you might be able to save even more, especially if money. So I would say listen, the worst that'll happen is that they give you a number, it doesn't make sense, and you say no, but I think you should have them look into it again. Anyway, do you know James Hicks yet? Of course I know James Hicks. I don't have the stuff within arm's reach, but this Elgato panel air thingy that I'm using for light is from Mr. Hicks. I bought a bunch of stuff from him. I bought a pod mic. I brought another Elgato key light, and then the key light air from him. I love Mr. Hicks. What's up, Candy? How are you, girl? How are you doing? Getting back to the bottom. Clip out should be an easy twist. If not, you need your cleats adjusted. So thank you, Paul. That's what I was going to say without really getting into it too much. And it's called float. So literally, Evie, if you're still here, you should, and the same thing, Gigi, maybe it was too tightened, and so on your clips itself there's a plus and a minus, and so for beginners you have to twist that float all the way to the minus, and so that when your foot is in, you either you turn your heel either right or left, and it'll snap out instantly. So if it was too hard, that means that your float wasn't adjusted. The tension, float, it wasn't adjusted. And so if that's still like it, I guess Gigi can clip in and clip out. Evie, you're going to need to look at that. I'll send you a message. So thank you, Paul. Yeah, see, I told you we can talk about biking stuff. Let them write the plan. I love rookie mistakes. Yes, exactly. Let's see. How's your lighting setup? Didn't realize that was an actual poster behind you. It is an actual poster behind me. Let's see. So, Pastor Vaughn, I do have Wiz recessed lighting overhead. I have, let me see. Let me just go to the app. So, there's a red tone. Let's see. Let's do some colors over here. Let's do blue. Ooh, that blue looks nice. I like the blue. That's a blue. Let me see the green. You can't really, can I go down a little bit? Green is a little, and then let me see some yellow tones ish. The blue I like. Ooh, look at that dark blue. I like that. Hey, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing? So there's the blue. This is a pinkish purplish color. And then the red, I think. And then there's also party scenes. We got a party. And then it'll change. So let's leave the party scene for the rest of the show because we got a party going on. Family's all here. So you can check out the lighting. Let's see. So what y'all chatting about? I'm just chatting about stuff. Yes. How is your new apartment? Oh, you moving in? Yay. That's super, super exciting. Want to get into the cycling game. Don't want to fall down that slippery slope. Kevin, get into the cycling game. Super cathartic. It's amazing. It's great for fitness. It's great for your heart.
I get into it, just get into it, and we'll help you. That's all. We will help you in the community the way we do, brother. Oh, that's what you're saying, but you are approved for Washington. As long as it's your primary, I should be able to do it. I can double check on Monday. And then I'll circle back with you, Marie. I'll send you some messages and we'll connect. I know that I'm super late. We're in the process of adding an addition to our house. Wish you were in Oregon because we're going to need a loan. Kim, where have you been? I just said, Kim, you're lucky I don't have my Rodecaster connected because I want to throw all sorts of sound effects shade at you. Did you start the loan already? I'll text you, but yeah. Anyway, designed, lots of swag. Yes, if you are a cyclist, highly recommend a professional bike fit. Your body will love you and riding will be much more enjoyable. Paul is saying the business. You are 100% Paul, 100% right. Let me see. I got my bike and then I rode it one time. I was only able to go 5 miles. Super uncomfortable. My neck hurt, my arms hurt, my legs hurt, my butt hurt. It was just the worst. All the way around. I immediately booked a bike fitting. He raised the seat to the proper height. He looked at the cleats on my shoe. He adjusted the placement of where the cleat was on the bottom of my shoe. He flipped my handlebar stem because the way I had it was slammed. It was lower. So he flipped the stem so that it was angled up a little bit better. And he moved my seat forward a little bit. Anything else? No, I think that was it. And it has been the best ever. And also, as you continue to ride and as you continue to progress, it's good to get another bike fitting as you train your body. Not instantaneously, but I can see myself maybe after a year and a half of cycling as I lose weight. And as I get even more into it, I can see myself going and getting another bike fitting because the other thing is that your body changes, your body composition. You also your posture changes, you build core strength. So, all of those factors, the only thing that probably wouldn't change, and even your height seat may change because depending on So yes, bike fitting before you start and then throughout the process. So thank you, Paul. I think it's great. Press and Soul Lady is in Lita. Yes. That is Press and Soul Lady, Sylvia Nixon from Press and Soul. Love me some Press and Soul. But you are approved in Washington. I know someone looking for a mortgage broker in Washington. Purchase probably by the end of the year. I got my DTI where I want it for next year. Yeah, girl. I know I'm super behind. But yes, we will talk. I'll send you a message. I'll check my programs and stuff like that. But I should be good to go for Washington. So, but we will follow up. Yes. Yeah. Kim, and I don't even know why you didn't even, probably because we just didn't even think about it, but like I said, I'm gonna text you later. Let's see, trying to hear putting in hot sauce on your popcorn, getting distracted by all these colors and lights. Oh, that's the wrong comment. Anselm, why are you always talking a mess? See, I'm gonna change it not because of you, but because Marie said she loves the blue and she capitalized love. So for Marie, we gonna get the blue. Let me see which blue. That blue? I think I like that blue. That blue. We good there. Oh, wait. No, not bright. Hold on. I did something. Oh, I moved it up. Yeah. Done. Blue. Very good. Very good. So we'll leave the blue. And now you can go put your hot sauce on your popcorn, brother, with no distractions. Let's see what it is next time. I said I would swim 15 miles and proceeded to swim 0. Listen, I'm slow to start as well. It takes me to get into a habit. It takes me a really, really long time. But for me, once I'm locked, I am good to go and I'm all in. So I'm really bummed that I finally got into cycling and now I have to take a whole week off. I'm but yeah, I hear you. Sometimes it be that way and you just got to force yourself. And then as soon as you get it and you do it a few times, you will make it happen. Clipping in conserves your energy too. Your foot doesn't slip, spilling your energy. I got my bike fit to fit my little body. You're so funny, Mike. It was a game changer. Love the dark blue, like color for your background. Yes. Okay. So I changed it. See, I'm glad. Thank you. It takes 120 days to make it. That's a lot of days. 120 days. Man. Well, I'm on the right track, I guess. Okay. So I finally got to the end of the comments. Finally, I am here. And so let's do a sound effect for that. Yeah. All right. And we are coming up on the hour and 20 minutes. Man, we went long today. So then we're going to wrap it up. I'm going to give you a quick recap. We talked about a lot of different things. We talked about cycling. We talked a little bit about my setup and why it looks the way it looks, but I'm going to actually give you guys a brief tour of where we're at. Let me see if I can get my, get NDI going. Let's see if I can do that really quick. So let's see, NDI. So let's get, and actually Filmic. I do have Filmic Pro. Let me see. All right. So then let's go back to NDI. Let's start broadcasting. Let's see if this pops up. All right. And yes, so cool. So I have my camera. I'm not going to put it up just yet. So you guys know I have been redoing the studio. The way I set up my desks is in an L shape because I like space. I do like to write notes, although they're digital notes. I use an iPad and an Apple Pencil to write notes. They are digital notes. And I do like to have, especially with the bank, when I'm taking customers, we're having a good sales conversation. I like to write notes so that they're not repeating information about their loan and their interest rate and things like that. So I just, as they're talking to me, I'm jotting down notes. And then I keep a digital, live document as I work with them throughout the process. So I like desk space. As content creators, we have a ton of stuff. We have lighting, we have mounts, we have our keyboards, we have our mouses, we'll have like the whatever interface we have. We have a ton of stuff. So I like to have a good amount of desk space. So what I have now are 2 desks in an L shape in the corner, and they are 5 feet long, 26 inches wide, and then about 1.5 inches deep. And so they're IKEA tabletops, the desk tops, the Lindemann tabletops that are like for the 5.5 feet or the 5 feet, they're like $30. That is not even particle board. It's literally like empty on the inside, right? And that's good for people that don't do what we do, or if you're a live streamer and don't have a heavy monitor on the desk. So I normally have 2 27-inch monitors. I had my Blue Compass arm. I had a whole monitor arm mount with a laptop stand where my Rodecaster Pro would sit, where the teleprompter was sitting. And so I noticed the other day that the desk mount where the monitors were on started to compress into the desk. And then when I looked over to where my Blue Compass arm was, that also, I tightened it too much, or it just started to it started to compress into the desk. So that's the first thing that made me start saying, all right, I know I just kind of put the studio together, but before I truly get settled in, is it worthwhile for me to invest now and kind of just get rid of these tables and get something, butcher blocks, get something a little bit more solid, desks, good quality, and get it from, the beginning the way I like it. Then the other problem is, for those of you guys that upgraded to the M1 chips on either, whether it's the computers or even the Mini, the M1 chips right now, the ones that just came out, will only play nice with two monitors, 2 video outputs natively. You can get up to 6 monitors working. However, there are workarounds. You have to buy a Display Link adapter. You have to download the Display Link software, and it doesn't always work. So I previously had 2 27-inch 4K monitors from LG and the teleprompter. So in essence, and the teleprompter counts as a 3rd monitor. So when I wanted to do live streaming and content creation to take advantage of all 3 screens, I had to do the workaround with the Display Link and all of that stuff. It was not working. The Display Link started first of all, I had to plug in things in a certain sequence where I had to unplug my dock, plug in the Display Link adapter. I had to unplug it was a pain in the ass. For lack of better words, a pain in the ass. So I was done. I was over that. And so I said, all right, I've always wanted an ultra wide monitor. Now that I'm in my studio in the house, I think I want to do an ultra wide monitor. So that's what I did. I picked up and there's a whole story because I'm now on my third ultra wide monitor. The first ultra wide I got was LG, but it was not QHD. It was just regular HD, which only goes up to 1080, where QHD goes up to 3440 by whatever it is, 2160 or whatever the numbers are. But basically, I didn't get the QHD version. So coming from a 4K setup, that I was like, what is this garbage? Like, what am I looking at? My eyes. I felt offended and assaulted. So then I went back, switched it out, got an Acer flat monitor, ultra wide, 34-inch, which was QHD. Quality looked great. However, I think because when I had my two monitors set up previously, I had them curved inward. So I think my eyes have been set up like used to looking at the screens kind of already curved. So I didn't like the flat. So now I'm on my third monitor and it is an LG curved QHD monitor. I mounted it to the wall because I've always wanted a super clean floating desk setup style. So since I got the 34-inch curved monitor, I did go ahead and decide to get the mounted it to the wall. I'm going to do the whole thing where I cut the sheetrock, route the cables and stuff through the wall, get, the little tool to make it look nice and clean so I can have my monitor completely floating. And so when I did that, I took the studio apart. So let me show you guys. This was really what the whole basis of what it was. So let's see, let's do this. Let's swap it. You are looking at my phone and my desk. So this is the temporary. I moved the desk. You see, I just have my MacBook Pro. So for those of you guys, this is a 2019 MacBook Pro 16 gig i9. This is still a powerhouse streaming computer. You can probably hear the fans a little bit, but if you get a really long cable, and I told Kim this, you can absolutely use this and you don't need to upgrade to the M1 because I have the CalDigit docked. My Stream Deck is connected to it. This is the interface, and then so this is the Elgato Keylight that I'm using. You can see the camera right there, and look at the mess. Look at what I did, guys. So you see my Rodecaster right along there. Look at all this. Actually, this is what we're gonna do. Hold on. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn the lights on so you can see. Whiz, and let's turn this on. So this is the app that I use. So we're just gonna do cool white so you guys can see everything. Let's go back to Filmic Pro. This is what I'm using, NDI and Filmic Pro on my iPhone. Guys, look at my office. What did I do? So there is where I have 1L. Under the TV is where I had this desk here, was normally pressed up against there. And then look at the rat's nest of wires. All those cables were nice and bundled and plugged in and tucked. I have two baskets under the each desk, and all like the heavy stuff was under the desks. And yeah, I took it apart. So now you can see the ultra wide is right there, mounted to the wall. That's the power cable. I just wanted to see what it looked like. I turned it on. The power cable, I'm going to route, like I said, I'm going to cut behind. I'm going to cut a hole in the sheetrock, route the cables, the display port, the HDMI cables routed through, and then have the power, you see the adapter there, have the outlet thing come out, and then all the cables will be there, nice and clean and neat. And what I'm going to do, so this is where I'm at. So this is what you see. So normally I'm sitting right here. So in that corner, just so you can see the angle, in that corner is where normally right against that crevice where my finger is where the teleprompter usually sits. So with that angle coming this way, you see all of this. Hey guys. So this is what you normally see. So you see my plant here. You see, let's go this way, the picture behind me, and then you see these frames right? So that's what you see. That's my staircase. You see the chairs. So it's kind of this way in reverse because normally I'm sitting that way and it's a lot further out. That's my laundry room back there in my storage. I do have a full size bathroom back here. I'm going to put a really cool picture. If you follow me on Instagram, on that wall, you'll see I just got a picture frame from Iconic that I'm going to put there. So what I'm going to do, and let me just switch cameras for now. Let's go back. Is that this one? Yes. So what I'm going to do is, you see I have my ultra wide. That's mounted. I just got to cut, and cutting the holes in the sheetrock, that's easy. I just got to get the pieces so that I can, make it nice and neat and clean. And I went to IKEA today, and let me see if I can put this up. Listen, guys, the struggle, because India likes to do things and isn't necessarily the best planner. So I got an 8-foot countertop from IKEA, a kitchen countertop from IKEA. And I did the measurements. It's 98 inches. And with the L's that I get, I can do the longer L, right? The longer L this way, 66 inches. Excuse me. The other remaining is actually 32 inches. So let me go back to Filmic Pro. Let me turn NDI turned off because I want to show you guys. Let me walk through this again. What do we got? Amanda said nightmare. Laura, don't be throwing me shade. It is a nightmare though. It is. I'm like really bad. Where's the Mac? Oh, I'll show you, Sammy. All right. You want to see the Mac? Let me look at the M1. So the Mac Mini is, let me just go back to Filmic. Let's go this way. So Sammy, and how are you? What's going on, brother? My Mac is here in the corner. There's the Mac Mini right there, not connected. Those are pre-Sonos speakers, but the Mac Mini is not connected because I am using my MacBook today. So let's go back this way. So just so you guys see, so from the wall all the way to a little bit over the, oh, look at the cat. Oh, he came to say hi to you guys. Hey, cat. Hey, Max. From the wall to a little bit over the monitor, that's going to be 66 inches from there to there. From the wall, the width, it is right at 25 inches wide. So from the back wall to the front, it's going to come out to here, and that leaves me with 32 inches. So the 32 inches that's going to be left, that's going to be the short part of the L, and it's literally perfect, and it goes to right along there. So I got, and let me show you guys, I'm going to just go back this way while I switch so you guys can see. This was my escapade, and Keely was dying laughing at me today. This was my escapade in IKEA. This is my car, guys. A 98-foot, because it didn't fit. I have an Acura TLX, which is a sedan. It did not fit in my car, and I didn't think it through. I was at IKEA first thing in the morning today, and so I'm like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? I'm absolutely not going to rent a car. Like I had to buy the tools. I just bought the ultra wide monitor. I now just spent $200 on this countertop. Check this out. So my dad, may God rest his soul, my dad was always like a warehouse receiving manager. So he was really good with packing and with organizing and tying things down. Listen, I channeled my inner father, and I do need a car wash, so don't judge my vehicle. But I channeled my inner father. I had a guy come in, and he helped a guy from IKEA. I told him to help me put that countertop on the top of my car. He looked at me like I was crazy. I don't care. So what? He could have looked at me like I was crazy. And I started twining, and I did the business, and I'm about 15 minutes away from my IKEA. So I tightened it up real good, did the twine, got it in, put my hazards on. I'm telling you, my dad's name is Jose Delgado. Jose Delgado was in heaven. At first, I know he was in heaven laughing at me when I stood in front and I realized that it wasn't going to fit. I was like this. I know he was laughing at me like only my daughter does these things and doesn't plan things out. And then I was like, nah, I got this. And then I had it, and the cat is super meowing. I don't know what's going on. He wants attention. Hey, Max, what's going on, buddy? I'll bring him Hey. And then I started twining, and I know that I was making him proud. And then, I'm driving with my hazards on in the streets, a local road. I drove no faster than 30 miles an hour to get home. Like I said, I'm super close to the IKEA. And then I could hear my dad laughing again when I got to my actual neighborhood, because then I'm sure my dad was saying, so you didn't think through how you're going to get it from your car into the house. That 8-foot long, how are you going to carry it by yourself? And so I double parked, and by the grace of God, because God is on my side, because God is good and God loves me, my neighbor was outside, and I was like, Noah, can you help me bring this countertop inside? I promise it's not heavy. And it wasn't heavy. It's just that it's 8 feet long. It's super awkward. So he was like, of course, no problem. So he helped me carry it in. It is upstairs. I brought some vice grip clamps. I do have a circular saw. So I'm just going to do a straight cut. I'm going to cut it myself tomorrow morning so I can make the tops and the pieces. And I'm actually going to get rid of the legs altogether, and I'm going to make the desk a floating desk. And when I envisioned my studio setup, I've always wanted that. So I've always wanted a floating monitor where there were no cables. You see the monitor on the wall. And then I wanted a floating desk solid setup, so where you didn't see any legs. So I went to Home Depot. I picked up the brackets. I'm going to, put everything in the studs. The TV itself is on one stud already. Get that going. And that is why I blew things up. So let me go back into the comments, see what you guys have to say. So love that picture. I'm gonna throw up there. Oh, I thought you meant throw up. I was thinking why, I don't know. The iconic, the baggage tag, right? That was, I saw it and I was searching. And I know, Kevin, once you see it, because it literally takes up almost the whole wall over here. It's the perfect size and it's just great. So yeah, I'm super excited. You like that backdrop? You're watching a baby raccoon. Laura, what? What do you mean I'm watching a baby raccoon? A baby raccoon. Let's get this going this way a little bit better. And it is a beautiful poster. Yes. All right. Hey, what's going on? You like the lighting? What light? Which light? Lem drops, my brother. I do, Sammy, really? Yes, I have a car. Who gets around? I mean, other than you, because you're still not an adult yet to have a car, but who gets around in New Jersey without a car anymore? Of course I have a car, Sammy. And with work and with everything I do, I'm all up and down New Jersey. You like the new backdrop? Thank you. Careful with the wind. Listen, bro, I'm telling you, Keith, and we'll tell when we have lunch, when we have dinner, me, you, and Tina, I'm gonna tell you stories because you will die. Because my dad was one of those like typical old school Puerto Ricans. And he was like doing all of the things, laughing at me, yelling at me, telling me you can't do it. But really, like, that was his way of tough love and encouraging me. Like, it was all of those things was going through my father. And I just know he was really like laughing at me in heaven. But that's all right. I made it happen. I got it in the house, and I'm gonna cut it, and I'm actually gonna do a time lapse of that whole thing. And I started doing time lapses of me getting the monitors and doing some of the switches. So once it's really settled, I'm actually going to do a nice video edit and show you guys some of the progress of literally, like, when I even came to look at the listing with my realtor. I have all of that footage. I'm just trying to get more settled in and just kind of do a nice, like, one mass edit and put it together. Because I know it's actually going to be super, super cool to see the progress of when I looked at the listing back in March when it was staged, from the day we closed, that I did the walkthrough, to my move little by little and going through all of the transitions. So yeah, he wasn't wrong. Why? What wasn't all the things that Jose Delgado said about me? He wasn't wrong. Is that what you're saying? Whatever. The cat, his name is Max. I don't know what kind of cat, and he's very affectionate. And cats are not like, cats will hate you. He loves to cuddle. That's why he came downstairs, because I think he wanted some love. I love Max. He is a super good cat. Dímelo, que lo que? Who is this? What is going on? Who are you? Because we are all on YouTube and I can't see your name. We know you can work Now we know you can swine. Nice. Why you always, Lemuel always got to come in with some jokes? Like, why you always got to come in and talk some crap? Whatever, Lem. I don't even got, yes, he is. Yes, he does. Noah saves the day. What do we got? Lem drops in a preaching voice. She turned her neighbor to her neighbors and say, neighbor, can you help me like the Simon with the cross? Shut up. Why do you guys do this? Why are you this way? Why are you this way? Listen, now that I have the bright light, like this lens, I don't know, like I love me the Sigma, but this 30 millimeter is looking good. I'm a figure out how to keep it in my situation right there. What's going on before and after the mix? Que lo que? What's cracking? You just inspired me to clean abs, finish organizing my office. Yes, please do finish, because you know how it is. It makes you so much better and happier. Hey, what's going on? K-Walk is back. K-Walk, we got to meet up for lunch because you're in Philly somewhere. Lunch or dinner. And I know we were talking about some stuff. Believe that Sammy said you had a cat, not a car. Oh, Paul, you're always catching when I read things wrong. I need to get this prescription because now that makes more sense. That Sammy says, oh, wow, I didn't know you have a cat. Because I don't have a cat, Sammy. I have a dog, which I believe you know. But my best friend is here and she's going to hang out with me and her kids for the next couple of days. So she brought her cat, Max, which I absolutely love. And that was Max. So Paul, thank you. You're always saving the day. Yes, the cat. Def a cat. Wait. Now I feel foolish saying all of that. Looking forward to the highlight reel. Thank you. I'm excited. I'm just trying to see. I'm probably going to do like a mid one. At least maybe with The Office, because I do have enough footage for like what The Office looked like before and some things. I even took footage when I came with my little brother the day for the inspection, and my brother and I were with the inspector and he was showing me like, you know, the emergency shut off for the water and all of that stuff. So I might do like a midway. Let me see. I bought the house. I closed on April 30th, May, June, July, August, September, October. So maybe in the fall, I'll do like a 6-month nice mashup edit. That sounds like it might be cool. So stay tuned. I'm definitely going to do that. 2 cats and they like to cuddle. Let me see. This light, the white light is good. Oh, you like the white light? It is good, right? I like it too. I think because it's so clear and it really helps. Obviously, you know, because you're a photographer, it helps the lenses really do what they're supposed to do. So I do like its cool white setting on the Wiz lights. So I think I remember that, and I think I always do this to you, K-Walk. I always remember that you're from Philly, but you are now a principal in North Carolina, because I do remember the last time I said you were an assistant principal and I got in trouble because I didn't get your title right. So now that makes sense. Well, next time you come up to Philly, let me know and we will plan something with Keith and all get together. Got to get rid of those Elgato table lights, though. Got to upgrade for at least or modify them. So the table light was super temporary because of the mess. The table light I'm actually giving to Angie, my best friend, for her stuff that she has in her office. So, but since it was there and I moved everything and I'm in a separate corner, that's the only reason why I'm using the table light. But I'm going to set up a hair light down. When I get the desk set up, I'm going to set up, I got all that. Yeah. Soda Fit by Adeline. Hey girl, how are you? Thank you. We've been missing you too. Thank you for coming by and stopping by the stream. It's so nice to see you. How are you? Yes, another 30 millimeter. That's why we tight. I mean, love the 60 millimeter uniqueness is what I love about streamers. Do what works for you, not just because everybody else is doing it. Yeah, I do like this 30 millimeter. I really do. I've always liked those were my 2 go-to lenses when my mom and I went to Paris. I kept those 2 on. I kept this one I was saying, Keith, because you did come in a little bit late. So I do have this pancake lens. This is a pancake, and this one I used for street photography. So this one, when it was, just some quick pictures around Paris. This is a 20 millimeter pancake 2.8. And then I kept the Sony 30 millimeter 1.8 on for the majority of the pictures. And then when I really wanted to get some nice pictures of my mom in certain areas of Paris, I did switch to the 50 millimeter, but then I had to back out and stuff. So the ones that I kept like at the front of my bag, well, this was the one that the pancake lens was the one that I kept the majority of the time. And then when I wanted to do a quick switch, I switched over to the 30 millimeter, but I think this 30 millimeter looks really nice in the setup. I'm feeling it. So, you know. Let's see. What do we got here? I'm just going through the comments. Let's see. Clean setup looks good. Major props. Thank you so much. I'm really excited for the floating desk setup. And when I finalize everything and get it clean, because I think to get rid of the legs, right? So you guys know, like the legs, you're coming in. I don't want to say legs are an eyesore because you need it, but imagine having a desk without anything under it, completely clean wire management, no legs because they're being held up, from shelves, from the wall, from the shelf holders. I think that that's going to look super clean. I'm really excited for that. We are just about wrapping up, under 2 hours. India always does this on a Saturday. Let me just finish going through to the end of this comments. Let's see. Your video and audio is looking good, even on an iPhone 5. Bump, Sammy. So this is not an iPhone 5. You know that, Sammy. Don't be trying to play me, Sammy. I haven't seen you and talked to you in a minute. Y'all coming in here giving me shade. You know. I love you, Sammy Boo. Before and after look is a must. So I have tons of pictures that I have a good amount. I try to remember to take a good amount. I definitely have lots of before footage, even before I moved in. I had set up a camera on time-lapse mode, so I do have some time-lapse footage of when I initially started setting up the desks, and I'm gonna do another time-lapse video this week as I start to cut the countertops. I'm gonna really document all of that footage of cutting the countertops, mounting the brackets on the wall, getting it in, measuring it, making sure it's all level. So I'm really excited for this project, because then you guys know how it is putting so much into it yourself, right? Like once you see the finished project, like Lem just, and I know that Lem hired contractors, but like the fact that when he did his kitchen, him and his wife planned it, and just being really in it to after the fact have that. Oh, I'm so excited for that. So I use white light 100% of the time due to the color needs. Right. That makes sense with what you do. You missed it. I was, we had a party in here. And I had blue lights, and I had, let me see, I can just change to party, have it, so it is cool, right? It is a different look. I can do a party setting. Let me see. I can do a nice regular blue. So depending on the look that I want to go for, but the cool white, just having a nice cool white. And look at how that Sony lens, that Sony sensor just adapted to the light and adjusted everything perfectly. Man, that was super, super clean. Elaine, how are you, my friend? How are you doing? Hope all is well. Miss you. Lots of love and hugs and kisses to you. Let's see. What do we got? You can still have the colored lights, but you have to have at Convo style gridded lights with a backlight hair light. So I agree with you. I definitely need a hair light. So that'll be, let me get my desk set up and get all of that, the position finalized. And then I'm going to work on fine tuning my placement of my lights. I know that I already have it planned, and I bought mounts to have a hair light. So I am already there with you, brother. Overhead view. So I do have an overhead view. I did. Let me see. Let's do this. So I will turn on NDI one more time. And let's see. Let's just do this. Begin broadcasting. Start broadcast. Let's get this going. Let's see. Thank you for this, India. Nice to see your setup, hearing what you are up to. No, thank you. Thank you. I love you guys and the support that you always give me. So let's go this way. Let's turn this way. India's desk display. Hey, y'all. Check this out. I mounted my GoPro Hero 3 right there in the corner, which from that way down will give you that shot. So I do have a behind the scenes, and I do have some wire molding. You see the wire molding right, if I can get my hand in the thing. Let's go this way. So the wire molding is there. And I have a I have a 25-foot HDMI cable. So I'm going to put the wire molding up along the ceiling in that way. into the ceiling, follow it there, and then I got to figure out how I'm going to hide it, maybe through there, and then in. But I'm going to get that set up as well. So I will have a behind the scenes working on that. Have no hair, but I do have a hair light. Boom. You guys and your jokes, y'all are corny, but I love you guys. 30 degree has better appeal for your talking head, right? I like the 30 degree. I am with you. All right, let's see what else do we have, y'all? Looking forward to seeing your setup. Talk to you later. Yes, thank you so much. I will talk to you later. I am about to end it. I'm just going down to the yes. I know I've been thinking about Keith and I are going to meet up soon. We live literally a half an hour and we text each other all the time. Like we're going to do, I know we've said Keith has invited me to dinner with him and Tina multiple times. He's just letting me get settled in. So we're definitely, and we're going to go out for a ride. Probably more than likely as soon as I get my fork back. Amazing floating desk with some texture panel behind their monitors. If you find it, Kevin, send it my way. I'll take a look at it, but I did look at some really good setups, so I'm excited. Yeah, Lem's Kitchen is set up. That's a Saturday night live party. You know how we do. Absolutely, that is the party. You can set the mood for whatever. Yeah, I love, so they're overhead recessed lighting, but they're Philips RGB whiz lights. So what's the idea, Laura? Tell me your idea. Okay, then check you out with the behind the scenes. Yeah, man, you know how we do. I've been gone for a minute, but you know, I've been trying. That's what it is. Just getting settled and me getting, the stuff that's important to me so that when I do come, I can give you guys my all. So waiting to ride, but the chick breaks the food. The chick breaks the diet. Is that what? What? Sony camera, you like how you zoom so quickly, right? So quick, so focused. Like it's like, and this is an older camera. And Keith and I were talking about it because Keith has multiple A5100s. This is an A5100. This was my very first DSLR that I bought way before I even thought I was going to get into live streaming. I've had this A5100 probably when it first came out, I think like 10 years already. I've had the A50, and that's what's made me accumulate lenses and stuff because it has been an amazing camera with great quality pictures. Oh, the camera hookup. Yeah. So I don't know. Let me see. Let me see. Wait 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Let me see. I'm back. So you can see, Laura, I got this two-piece 2 quantity adapter. This is what's mounted on the wall where the GoPro is. So it comes with screws and anchors, and it's actually a security cam mount, but you can mount as long as you secure it to a stud or with the right anchors, you can put any type of camera. And look, so it has a regular tripod adapter, and then it's also a ball head on its own. So that's what I put there in the corner, and it's a 2-pack because then I'm going to do another angle on the other end. So I'm going to have a right and a left-hand side, and I'm going to mount my A5100 on this. And you can either put a separate ball head adapter, but you don't need to because you can put the camera right on here, and then you can see that it has its own ball head, so you can have different angles. So if you want to have it kind of, and that's the way I have it on the wall, you can have it like that. Or you can have it straight, depending on however you want. And these were like $8 on Amazon. They have them in white and black, and they are security camera things. Yeah. Yes. Let me know. Yeah. I'll definitely post before and after pictures. So yes, you're going to do something. You have a plan. Perfect. It works. All right, fam. So we are coming up on 2 hours because that is what I always do on these live streams. Encourage folks, you don't have your pop-up screen, but you sound great and you are on the A5100, right? It's true, right? Like I don't have my green screen, but it's a very short, very like super, listen, it's one frame behind me. There is a mess, guys. You saw the rest of the studio is a mess. And I didn't even show you the corner. See, Keith, you talking about encouraging. I'm going to do this. Let's turn on NDI one more time because I didn't show you this other corner. It looks like it's still streaming. So let me see. Is this still on? This is still on. Look at this, guys. So Keith is 100% right. This is the corner. These are my monitors. So there's the monitor box. That's the monitor, the curved monitor that I bought today. That's the one I got to return from Best Buy. That one's in the package. That's the mount that was creating a thing, my teleprompter, my pour plant, some styrofoam. Guys, the rest of the room is a hot mess. And I'm only showing this because when I said that I blew up my office and then my laundry, I have my Elgato key light in the laundry, some stuff on the stairs. I got some, whatever. But this is it. Like, it is, the camera is right there, right? Then it's this way, and you can't even see anything else, right? So I got those pictures back there. I have these pictures here, and you literally cannot see anything else with the 30 millimeter. You just pop in, and you can zoom in on, let me just go back this way. What's happening? There you are. You can just zoom in, right? But a camera, a decent lens, some lights, get it, your lights angled, and just a really decent backdrop, your microphone, you're good to go. You don't have to complicate things. I'm streaming from my MacBook Pro. I think the settings, I have it all on. Do I have it on 4K? Let me know, guys. I think I left it on 4K, the stream. I don't know if I can see it while I'm streaming. Let me see, stream aspect. Yeah, I'm streaming in 4K because I did run a speed test. I have 1 gig up, 1 gig down. But on my 2019 MacBook Pro, I streamed the whole time. It's a 16-inch, so the screen is a little bit better, but one screen, one camera. I didn't touch my Stream Deck at all today. I literally just used the mouse, and I didn't even switch scenes. I just had one scene, and I swapped back and forth with the cameras, got up once, and that is it. So, yeah. No joke, I did blow up my office. I wasn't lying when I told you that. I was not lying. So that's it. Anytime. Great hanging out with you guys. Yes, all of you guys have a great evening. I appreciate that. Thinking you were using a green screen. No more green screen. Yes, it will be fire. Thank you so much for the support. Yep, got you at 1440. That's what's up. For those of you guys that's still on, and I probably should have done this sooner, but I'm trying to get better, y'all. I promise you guys, I am trying to get better at it. Is this on? So I have my Buy Me a Coffee, buymeacoffee.com/IndiaD. I am, and Rob Valls did book one-on-one time. I am doing the Stream Deck Masterclass. I set on the dates. It's going to be the week. I'm going to do 2 different dates. I'm going to do a Wednesday in the evening, and or for most of us in the evening, Eastern Standard Time, but I'm going to give 2 different options, a Wednesday and a Sunday, to give people flexibility. So if you have a Stream Deck, if you've been wanting to use a Stream Deck, and it's going to be a super great masterclass. So we're going to go over beginners, and we'll go through, right? It'll be a transition. So it'll go through setting up icons, the Stream Deck, just the profiles, what that looks like, things like that. Then we're going to get into intermediate things like doing, I don't even know what to classify as something considered intermediate. Maybe changing an icon, customizing an icon, downloading music files and sound effects to the Stream Deck, to then more advanced things such as controlling your smart lights with if this then that integration, doing things like a lot of us all here for the most part all use Ecamm. So setting up your Ecamm with the links, you can do like preview mode and things like that. Setting up multi-action, setting up widgets, setting up hotkeys. So we're going to go through all of that in the masterclass. So I'm giving myself a month out. I'm going to start pushing it and start talking about it within the next week or so, but you can book one-on-one time with me if you like. On my Buy Me a Coffee page, you'll see that there's a main post there, so please check out my Buy Me a Coffee page. Like I said, Rob already, he had one-on-one time with me today. I got him set up with everything that he wanted, and then one of the perks is that if you do one-on-one time with me, it's recorded, so those steps that we do, I'll send it to you afterwards, and then that's also going to be a part of the masterclass. I'm going to actually do individual videos for all of those things, beginner, intermediate, and advanced. And for those of you guys that go into the masterclass, that'll be exclusive access for a limited time before I send it out to the public. So yes, Stream Deck Masterclass. Doc Rock Button is the bonus class. Right, exactly. Y'all already know. You're Marga que lo que. How are you? How are you? I appreciate you. Yes, you guys are always here until the end. I love you guys. David Hunt. David Hunt is usually first. David, you was on somebody else's stuff. But definitely check out my Buy Me a Coffee page. You'll see that I put a post on there. And even if you're interested, what I'm encouraging people to do now is to at least just go to the post and comment under it and let me know that you're interested so I can add it to the list. And then within this upcoming week, you're going to see the definitive dates and you're going to see where you can sign up and things like that. And if you have something that you've always wanted to do with the Stream Deck and you're not sure, reach out to me and I'll be sure to put it into the class. And that is it. Thank you. And then Mr. Hunt coming through with the hyperlink. You know how we do. All right, fam. We are going to rock out. It was a great stream. So let's do this party mode. Let's get it happening. Let's get it cracking, y'all. Let's see. Where are my whiz lights? Whiz. Here. Let's get it, y'all. Let's get it, y'all. What's poppin'? Yeah. Oh, not forest. It just turned to forest. I want the party mode. I want the party mode. I appreciate all of you guys. You guys are amazing. Thank you for being supportive and coming through and staying the whole time. You guys are troopers. Love, love, love all you guys. You will see me next week, ladies night. You know how we do. I'm also going to start getting guests and stuff back on, and we're going to just start doing how we do. And I am going to do different videos. So we are going to do some Stream Deck teaser videos. I'm also going to do some videos on the different types of ultra wides. So IPS versus VA versus flat versus curved. So you'll see some stuff coming out on my channel as well. So check me out. You like it? Oh yeah. Let's get it, y'all. All right, y'all. Peace. Have a good night.